Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nika Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic. So, on today's episode, I just wanted to um, tell you about some of the things that I've been watching this week. I've been seeing everything. I know it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. But before we get started, I just want to remind you guys of the um, guideline, fair use. Everything is fair use. Notice all my opinion and all that jazz. Make sure you remember that. Make sure you follow me on all platforms if you haven't already. It's your girl Nika Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic, and I am Give This Girl a Mic on all platforms. I have been joining um Snapchat a lot. So if you guys are interested in following me there, be sure to do so. Same name, Give This Girl a Mic. Follow me on all platforms. I would appreciate that. Let's get started. Again, don't forget to follow me on all platforms. You know, I have just started watching Sinners. I know it's been a big movie, it's been all the rage, but I'm late to the party, babes. I'm sorry. So I wanted to tell you guys about how great this movie is. It is phenomenal, and all the rage that it's getting, it definitely deserves. I was saying to myself a while ago, I don't know if I feel like watching this because I feel like it's overhyped a little bit. But it really is not. When I tell you it's everything that it's supposed to be plus more, I'm very, very highly impressed. I like this little picture of Michael B. Jordan here. It's two. It's like his smoking stack personalities. Did you know for the because I had once I found out about this movie, I went to like a deep dive. Did you know that to play each role he had to for one character he put rocks into his shoes so would have a heavier step. For the other character he would wear bigger shoes so his step would be a little bit lighter, like down to the details. I love that. And if you guys know, I'm a Jersey girl. I let you guys know that every second of every day. Don't forget it. And he's a Jersey boy. So I love that. And from Newark, New Jersey, I love that he's getting his praise, his due diligence. And I met Mike B. Jordan. I was telling y'all the story. I'll post the video that I already explained this on my TikTok. Let me see if I can find it now. I wanted to just come and talk about this whole Michael B. Jordan hot take. I know it's a big thing right now. And I'm from Jersey. And if you're from Jersey, you pretty much have met him before, or had some kind of interaction with him for the most part. And so I knew him back when we were 13 years old. And then I ran into him again, probably in high school. Or no, in college actually, because I was at the bus stop. There's buses that take you from campus to campus, and I remember we said, you know that I know you like Batman, and he runs over, gives me a hug, and we chatted up and catch up with each other, and he was really really sweet, and all my friends were like, oh my god, you know Michael B. Jordan, because he was getting popping at that time. And I just have to say, he always has had a really good heart. The person he portrayed himself to be back then was a stand-up person, and that's who he's continued to be. And I think anybody that thought he was corny back then just, has a bad judgment of what a good person and a good heart is. That's my take. Always been tonight. So you guys see my take on Michael B. Jordan. Always been an amazing stand-up guy from Jersey. I met him a few times when I was younger. And it's been really nice to, see him progress to where he is now, because sometimes people don't get that opportunity to become who they truly are and show up in their full self. So with that, I usually do a segment called Joy Comes in the Morning. And excuse me guys, you see me looking down because handy dandy notebook, of course. So usually I do this segment called Joy Comes in the Morning. And in the segment we discuss positive things that's going on in our community. And I thought Mike B. Jordan winning his awards and getting his flowers, excuse me, there could not be a better Joy Comes in the Morning moment for me as a Jersey girl who is rooting for this brother and so proud of him, than this moment right here.
Jordan.
It's just such a beautiful, uh, proud mama feeling, even though we're the same age. But you know what I mean? Like, it just makes me feel so happy to see somebody that you saw as a child to make it to where they're supposed to be and their dreams are aligned. It's like they call them stars for a reason, right? They're shining, they're bright, they're there for everybody to see, and they're few and far between. So it's just a beautiful sight to see. That's all. Like when you catch a star, it's just like, wow, I see that star going. And for me to be able to catch a star with him, it's been a beautiful ride to see. In Sinners, in and of itself, they used AI technology for like what its true intention is. Like they used it for good. So I think when you watch the movie, they use like this 3D camera, and I'm like really into like all of the kind of the techie type stuff, and they used it for good. They used these 3D cameras where it went like like the Matrix all the way around their face, so they could take 3D photo pictures of the characters. Or see of Stack and Smoke, Mike B. Jordan. And within that, they used the body double, who also they gave amazing recognition to. I just forgot his name. Sorry, brother, but he did great too because he had to mimic every single one of Michael B. Jordan's, and also anticipate Michael B. Jordan's move and banter. So it was like really magnificent. And then they took the 3D, not even 3D, 4. It's probably like 5D AI images of him and imposed them onto this boy's face. They had to have the same stature, same height, and it was just amazing what technology can do nowadays. And I feel like that's like the perfect usage of AI and it's in its true intent, right? To be there as a support for human technology, not to the point of eradicating humans altogether. And so it was just a nice way that Ryan Coogler really and his team really incorporated AI and where the future can go. And I saw a little clip of I always mix them up, Ben Affleck and the friend who created, the movie channel together. Oh, I can't. Oh, it was Ben Affleck actually. It was Ben Affleck was talking about. He was on a podcast talking about how Ryan Coogler used his leverage from Wakanda, from Black Panther, to utilize these moments and spend a substantial amount of money on this film, and also get a unprecedented licensing deal where after I believe 16 years, he gets the full licensing back of his trademark, back of his movie. So they'll make money off of him for a certain amount of time, but after that, he'll make the full Monty back, which is like unheard of in Hollywood apparently. So that's a beautiful in and of itself. And then I see this. And when I see things like this, where you have this AI actress, Tilly Norwood, she landed her first major TV deal. And when I see this type of stuff, like at one point, I'm like, oh, this is cool because, again, AI is progressing. But at the other end, I'm like, how sad is it that we're going from authentic, that emotional, raw actors like Michael B. Jordan and that director uh relationship that pulls that push and pull of emotions that is true authentic emotions for human experiences, to now we're using these AI actors that are going to easily, you can create two Tillys like that with a prompt. So you don't have to spend as much money as Ryan Coogler did. So will it wipe out the Michael B. Jordans? And they starting off with this girl Tilly, but we don't know where it's going to go. They love to clone black folk. So like they have done with the music, they've taken the AI soul out of soul. They've taken the soul out of R&B with this AI R&B. I cannot stand it. As soon as I hear it, I already know. Oh, it's like a bootleg K Michelle. It's gonna sound like da 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 da. It's gonna sound like something to that variation All sounds the same. Broken hearted, we can't even start it. Torture, torture, hearted, my man beat me down. It all it all sounds the same to me. I cannot stand it. It sounds downtrodden and depressed. And so, but they started off with that, and we'll see where it's going now with Tilly. Here is a little article about it. It says that um she's going to start in something called Streets of the Past. Starting Vanton is a 10 episode short film history series commissioned for the History Channel in the Netherlands that sees Dutch historical investigator, author, and reality star Cor-John Mall, The Curse of Oakland Island, transported back in time with the help of AI to tell a compelling stories associated with some of the Netherlands' most famous streets, squares, and canals via variety. So this is essentially they're using Tilly to tell the story of the Netherlands. And it says the AI creative team behind the viral AI actress Tilly Norwood has landed a deal with Hearst Media for the History Channel. And I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't enjoy seeing how AI is taking something so raw and authentic like a movie, Sinners, and then allowing these fake, like, even from here to here, they look like kind of different people. So even that, like, how are they going to keep the genuineness of these characters authentic if they can barely keep the prompts the same? Because they don't look like they would even be friends. She looks Spanish, and she looked like Lily White. So I mean, I know white people can be Spanish and vice versa, but you get what I'm saying. She don't have not as much soul as the other girl do. She even looks less tan than the other girl do. So, but they're supposed to be the same person. So those kind of discrepancies with AI are going to be hard for humans to get over, unless the bots are watching the bots, and they're gonna sell out. But what is true and what is authentic? Even watching some videos lately, I'm like, is that even real? It's hard for me to tell these days. So it's kind of sad to see how we're celebrating something so authentic with Mike B. Jordan, and we know all the things that he's went through this week, especially when it comes to how the media have been treating him and such and such and such. So to go with somebody who like went and grind and scraped him, had his humiliation ritual by the Tourette's guy. We're not even gonna get into that because they know what they're doing. But these people have to really get it through the mud, and then this AI character Tilly just comes and gets prompted in and gets all these major deals. Or even the girl who, shout out to her, but even the girl who was the AI person who had the first $1 million contract, $2 million contract, even her, it's like she just basically come out of nowhere with her little prompts. Now every AI person, when she spilled her tea, she shouldn't have never told her juice, her secret, and everybody's making the same kind of music. To me, it's just whack. This brings me to, speaking of like authenticity, from real emotions, to, and why it's going to be so hard to give AI a chance. We have somebody who really also puts their heart and soul into their music. We're talking about Ti and Ti Kids, and whether or not you like King, he put his emotions into his track. But the one who stood out the most, the one who was the king, is Mr. Zamani. It's not about the money. He came hard for his mama-in-law, mama in love. His mama, he don't even call her in-law. They don't do that over there in the Harrison bunch. But I love that, he came and stood up in the what did they call it? He stood in the, they say in church. Stood in the pulpit or something like that. He stood in the, what I'm talking about. Fill me in right in the comments. But I love that he did that for his mom, and when it wasn't necessarily something he had to do, and he still came through and showed up for her. And of course, King gonna go in for his mom, like, and they've been doing really good stuff. Like, Like, I know 50 Cent deleted all this stuff. I don't know what makes him get into this mess of it all. Like, I kind of like 50 Cent too. It's kind of like I'm one of his supporters, and it's like I watch everything that he produces and touches. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, he's been the same. I know who I'm dealing with, but it's just like I think the whole industry know who they dealing with. He's like the big cousin who trolls you. The only thing is, I just hope he don't get like take it to the streets. You know how he like to do. So I just hope he keep it on the wax and keep it friendly and don't let his ego get butt hurt. But we'll see how this all pans out. But I just feel like the way 50 Cent is, like when he is a win is a win. Like with the Kanye thing, he took it on the chin, and I think Ti, he did was the best he can. But I really think Damani is the one that surprised everybody. His track was beautiful. Like it was poetic. He reminds me a lot of J. Cole. I can see his J. Cole influences. T.I. has a very interesting Brady Bunch over there because he's like the Cosby mixed with the Brady Bunch mixed with, I don't even know, something ratchet mixed with Keisha Cole show. You know what I'm saying? Like he like a bunch of that. So he has his oldest son, I forgot his name, but Zaya, something like that. He does like the rock. And he rocked and rolled. He said, "This is my disc record." And he was like, Buddy Red is what his new stage name is, but I forget his real name. I think he's my favorite out the bunch. Like, look at me. That's more my swag. And then, and do you like these my little babies? I done stole her. She gonna be mad at me because she told me not to touch them, but touching them. Mommy text. So I'm gonna be wearing them on screen because I think they are so adorable. Plus, I can hear myself out of them, so I know if I'm talking to y'all. Like, it's nice. I don't get that like double, sometimes sound. So he has that guy, Buddy Red, and then he has King, and then he has I don't know them children, and then Damani. Those the ones that I know. Obviously, Zanique and the little girl, and then the one everybody loved, the baby. I forgot his name too. Major. Everybody love Major. He don't like to be on camera. He don't even want. He gonna be the lawyer of the family or the doctor of the family, the real smart one. And so I just hope 50 doesn't take it. I think he hopefully leaves it on the internet and leaves it on wax and not do nothing dangerous because 50 Cent, he get like that. He get dangerous. And I just hope he don't take it to that max. But love Damani's diss. And I also love Buddy Red's. That was so good. Anyway, on to the next beef. I guess theirs is not really a real beef. It's Stacy getting her vindication. So as you know, and we'll get into this in just a second, the ladies had their reunion. This are their looks. You like them? Okay, enough of them. So let's go back to this because I'm all about Stacey. I'm all about that Stacey. At that Stacey. No trouble. So she got her vindication because in night 2 of the reunion, I watched them all. You guys know I just come here and chat with y'all when I feel like it. So they're not going to always be chronological. People have lives. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I can't just come here every single day doing the content. But when I come, we're going to have a good time. That's what you know. When you see me, we gonna have a good time. And if you following me, it's because you love me and you just enjoy my energy. And we're like real friends. Friends don't talk every day, but when they talk, they have a good time. And if you enjoying me, don't forget to subscribe. That's my daughter do. She forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. So Stacy, Stacey was getting a lot of backlash about this her sleeping with Chris, like the TJ thing. They were trying to make a thing, a thing, a thing. And who cares if she was sleeping with whoever because it was her business and her stuff and her body and her consent. And who cares if she was single and separated from her husband? Now she's back with her husband. They're trying to work out a marriage. And she's faithful to Timo. So anything is irrelevant before that. So all these girls trying to make, we don't know nothing about Giselle. Y'all gonna never live me down this for me. The fact that y'all in Stacy bedroom and we know nothing about Giselle. She was dating a senator, dating a guy from a housewife, another husband. Come on, y'all. Get out of here, Bravo. She's just there for her prefix. My husband, he used to always say, "What you here for your good looks? What you think you here for your good looks? Come on, like if we were bringing in groceries and stuff. He's like, come on, you gonna help for? What you just here for your good looks?" And I'd be subscribe. I'm like, yeah. So that's basically how Giselle is just there for her good looks. She ain't picking up a grocery bag. She ain't doing no heavy lifting for this show. Okay. So with that, she had to create drama. And that drama was to bring Monique back, reconcile with Monique, get Monique to treat Stacy just like Giselle had treated her. But Monique ain't go that far, but kind of. She was insinuating that Chris, her ex-husband, who she's not even with anymore, is still dating Stacy, and she tried to make it a bigger thing, Monique, by saying that Stacy was telling Chris her business. But let me tell y'all, I will die on this hill every single time. First, before I get to my hill I'm going to die on, let's read what Monique said. She says, so again, the accusations are Monique is accusing Stacy of telling Chris her business, Chris her ex-husband. And this is her response after day 2 of the reunion. Boom. It says, a lot of time has passed since the reunion was filmed. And after gaining more info since then, I don't believe Stacy had anything to do with any of that BS. I'll probably go live on IG at some point this week and give y'all the entire story. I haven't watched the reunion episodes yet, so let me catch up and get back to you. But at least I wanted to clear her name on all of it. In your face, to do bitches. Yeah, go Stacy. So I love she keeps getting vindicated after vindicated. This is my life. I'm an Aries. If people be thinking I'm lying all the time, I don't. I be telling the truth. But my mom always say she's big fish. Like she's like you understand when you get older, and I'm like that. I'm big fish. The movie Big Fish. Like the point of the movie is this man who father passes away, and he goes to his father had been telling all of him all these fantastical stories his whole life. Then when he passes away, he goes to the funeral and realizes that all the stories were true. And that's how Stacy is. Like she tells these fantastical stories that seem like lies, and then boom, the justification proves that her theory is true. Now, does she have white little tiny lies about stupid stuff? Maybe. But even that, I feel like prove where the lies at. I have not seen her lie once. I've not seen any lie hold on this whole show. Like as a person looking at it, study political science, pre-law, read briefs all day. I have not seen not guilty. I have not seen any of the thing that is proves her guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. That's just me. So, especially outside of what the ladies are doing, because they be lying. They be lying, withholding, which is also could be considered a lie. And that's the part they consider Stacy lying, right? Because she withholds information. Like with the Tia situation. She said her husband out of town. He did go out of town because it wasn't the exact day. He said that she said he went out of town. That's the bottom line. He ain't coming. But the thing is, she already told Tia the truth. Tia was mad that she didn't tell Wendy the truth. I told you the truth. Why not tell Wendy the truth? That's not her business. I'm telling you, my husband don't want the girl to be around the girls. Now, to soften the blow for my friend, I might tell her something different. I might just say, Tima was out of town. Which he was, according to Stacy and Timo. But he wasn't out of town during the timeline that she told Tia. Things changed. Maybe he was supposed to be out until Tuesday, but maybe the daughter had a softball practice and he came home early. Like they don't allow any room for error for her lies, right? For her unconsequential lack of detail. You understand? So that's why I don't never consider Stacy a liar, because even though even her lies have truth. So I'll leave it there. But she got her vindication, and I'm like, I'm always on the right team. I'm always on the right team. Anyway, let's go to this one. I don't know who team I'm on in this because I do feel bad because I really love Wendy this season. She has shown up and shown out and earned every bit of her what do they have? Flutes this season. And so it's just really sad to see her fall from grace with this whole Eddie thing. As of last night, I did read that her and Eddie are going to have separate trials going on, which is going to cost double the lawyer fees. And but they with that situation they can create a marital privilege, whatever, husband wife privilege, where they don't have to rat on each other. um it's just unfortunate. I feel bad for the kids. I cry every time. Every time it comes on, I just start tearing up about it because it's just really hard to watch. And I really enjoyed Wendy this season, and I would not wish this on my worst enemy. So it's just really hard to watch. And I think I'm on Team Karen with this. Oh, let's talk about that. Karen is back, a girl, the Grande Dame herself. I did have a picture of her, but I didn't bring it up. Let me see how I can. She was looking pretty good at the reunion, not gonna lie. Um, I was like, at a certain point, you gotta just say, "Come on, lion, get up here, get in here, let's dance." So I was like, I never put enough pictures, but now that I mention it, this is the Grande Dame herself, looking beautiful as ever. She looks like she's singing that. I'm here. Anyway, she's here. She looks beautiful. It was a grand entrance. Way better than Monique's. Y'all, I've never been a Monique fan, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Never, ever, 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 ever. My best friend tried to convince me to like Monique when she was doing Love and Marriage DC. So I watched it. Cause she said, I like her, the binder, the binder. And I say, okay, the binder, cool. I didn't even watch that season. I watched the season, but after she punched Candace, I don't like fighting. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but like since I was like a kid, like I used to watch it. I ain't gonna lie, when Cardi was on there, but I stopped because I don't like when you start getting aggressive as a black person on national TV. Cut it out. I've had my days, but long gone are those days. So I was telling my best friend, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like her. Saying like, yeah, I don't like Monique. And my best friend was like, no, give her a chance because the binder. Oh my God, you should have seen that. You missed it. You missed it. Then I was like, she's like, okay, she getting her own show. And I don't know. The promo leading up to her show made me really like her. I was like, oh, this got to be. She looked beautiful. She looked like almost, it was gonna be like how Melanie Hope was holding down Love and Marriage Huntsville. I feel like, okay, maybe we got a bad read of her. Giselle was hating on her. I was on her team, like, because Giselle was hating on her when she was on Potomac. Then she got on DC, and I don't know what Carlos King did with that editing. I'm blaming the editing. But I could not stand her. And it made me dislike her. And she's a Jersey girl, so I always root for the Jersey girls. But it was something about it that was like, whoa, what is this? I don't like putting people down for their weight. I don't like talking about people like especially somebody who's helping you out like that in that way, like calling him like disgusting. And it was just like belittling him instead of leaving him. And that was nasty work. So I'm sure ain't no man innocent. I already told y'all that. So I know Chris was putting her through there, take her through there, take her through there. I'm not denying it. But at the same perspective, you have to know what your limits are. You have to, what I always tell y'all on this page, you have to maintain your morals, your values, and your principles because you are the MVP of your life. And I feel like in that season, she was not the MVP of her life. And she allowed herself to get caught up in the fake, inauthentic reality, as we talk about realities of it all, the fake part of reality TV, and got real sucked into the imagery of it all. And which she admits to now. But I did like her a lot more this season, except for the gaslighting of Angel. Didn't like that. And I didn't necessarily like how she treated my girl Stacy because I feel like the proof is in the pudding. And I didn't even finish my point. My point in the hill that I'm gonna die on, good thing I came back here, is that KK stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Who K, yes, K. Couldn't be. Then who? It was KK, y'all. KK was at the dinner. Okay, this is my clue. Putting the clues together. KK was at the dinner. KK Big Mouth went and told Cookie Big Mouth. And Cookie Big Mouth went and go told Chris Big Mouth. And Chris started threatening Monique about them kids. Again, who was in the house with Monique that would know that the kids are filming outside of Stacy and the girls? Kay, even though she didn't stay with them, she knew what was going on in their house. And she probably told Cookie, and Cookie ran back and told Chris Big Head. So she said she even admitted it. If you go, I wrote down a number, but whatever. It was like something 4 minutes or something in one of the things. But just go watch the reunion at this point. When Monique in this scene, when she apologized for right here, is confronting Stacy, KK jumps in and Stacy said, "Let me finish." She didn't want Stacy to finish, but before Stacy could finish, Kay jumped in, Kiana, and said, "Yeah, because I told Cookie. I told Cookie." That's why Stacy said, "We're talking about Cookie here, bro. We're talking about Cookie here." Cause why is Cookie in the mix? Who in every scene keeps saying they're telling Cookie when Cookie is the number one enemy from Monique, and Cookie is the one that want Chris. Cookie, everything that they are saying Stacy is, that is Cookie. Cookie wants Cookie want Chris so bad she's salivating at the mouth. I bet you Cookie best friends with Chris' mama. Legend. Let me put my little tag on. I'm talking my talk. Oh, I heard Chris like this too. So I just have put two and two together, and it's clear as day to me that Chris was given this information by Cookie via KK. So that is the hill I'm going to die on. Nobody can convince me otherwise. The proof is in the pudding, and it's very obvious that's why KK like, "I feel so bad. You told that information in private." Yes, and you told everything to Cookie. And it wasn't in private, it was on national television. So that was weird too. So let's go back to Karen. Go back to Karen and Wendy. So one thing that I did love that Karen, the Grande Dame, did for Wendy was to tell her to shut the heck up. Because I don't think that was far off at all. I think that was the truth. She needed to be quiet because she was telling these parts of the stories. And I think Karen was explaining to her that from a place of love, right? Karen has been in a situation where she's talked too much and she's told too much, and it has bitten her in the back in the terms of the legal system. And I think that same thing she sees happening to Wendy, but Wendy is too kind of arrogant and caught up in the imagery of things to realize Karen is protecting her. So I'll leave that there, but I'm really, really rooting for Wendy, another Jersey girl. Jersey Girls is in the house. So I just pray that everything works out for her and her family. I personally think, and put my little tag again, because my personalities, you know what I'm saying, they personalities. And so I personally think that Eddie is going to be the one to that's what I meant to put on. But it's okay. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. So I personally think Eddie is going to be the one who takes the fall for them. This is just my personal opinion. Uh, if they get any maximum time, I think if she does get time, it'll be just to prove a point and to remind these housewives of how dire this is, because this isn't a lot of bad news for housewives. You have what's her name? Mary Cosby. I don't watch that. I think Salt Lake City. I don't watch that but her son passed away from an overdose. It was just really tragic. Obviously the Teresa going to jail and her husband and that divorce and them going to jail, and that was just terrible. And there's been so many others, right? The Shaw lady, I remember her name, something Jen Shaw, I think. It's been a mess over all the franchises. in terms of like the just trying to keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the Kardashians, so to speak. Um, and I just hope that people live beyond stop living beyond their means. And one thing I did notice with Wendy is when I was watching her on Wife Swap, I was so excited to see her on Swap. But when I watched the show, I was really like not impressed by her home compared to the girl she's Wife Swap with. Kind of had a better house than her, and I think that triggered something her in her, especially watching it back. And they probably did a premiere party because all the girls had like these extravagant houses, and then the regular wives had regular, mediocre houses, except Wendy. Wendy's house was like almost like an average girl's house, where everybody else had like these like housewife like homes. And the wife she swapped with had the housewife more like home. And I think when Wendy saw that, especially when the lady messed up her carpet with that red paint, that was weird and microaggressive. Excuse me, especially when the lady messed up her carpet, that gave her license to do more for herself. And sometimes when you do more for yourself and it's beyond your means, because she just said told us the previous season that she quit her professional job. And I know housewives make you good money, but I don't know if it's making full renovation money in a you know $1 million home. So, people do that a lot. They go beyond their means to get things, and sometimes it just gets you in a small amount of debt, but sometimes it gets you in a very detrimental situation. And that is, I think, what happened with Wendy, unfortunately. So, prayers for her, prayers for her family. And yeah, I'll leave that there. But let's just on a positive note, one more time for the Grand Dame. The Grand Dame. The Grand Dame. Happy to have Karen back, and I'm happy she's so Wendy to shut the hell up because Wendy was talking way too much. And in terms of her own sobriety and her experience, I watched everything. I watched her interview on Sherry Shepherd, which she wasn't telling us nothing, not a damn nothing, 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 nothing. And I watched her on Andy's interview and didn't tell us nothing, 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 nothing. The most open she's been is really on this interview with the reunion, because she was basically saying that she does not want to say the word alcoholic. She said it a little bit because I don't know, Sherry, I guess because she getting canceled. She held the girl's feet to the fire, honey. So she was like asking Karen hard questions that I was like shocked. It was almost like she was back on the View. You forget she had that View experience. That stuff came out. Um, I implore you to go watch that interview with Sherry Shepherd, because that was the best. That was a good one. I won't say the best one, but that was a good one. And in that interview, Sherry was talking about how Karen doesn't take responsibility for her sobriety, how she will admit to drug use, or only admits to drug use and only admits to prescription drug use, but won't admit to alcoholism, and why that is. And I feel like Karen had a really good answer for that on the reunion. And not really on Sherry. Sherry, she said, I'm taking back my power. I'm a mom, same answers. But on the reunion, her answer was really good. She was like, I'm taking back my power. I get to determine how I want to define who I am. You don't get to define me. And that's a lesson. And I understand it's like the first step to recovery is admitting things, but she went to jail. She don't need to admit nothing else. She was already embarrassed enough. She's already been the cock and bind. She none had her moments in jail where she probably had to admit to things over and over again. Now she wants to put it behind her. She served her time. She has every right to put it behind her. She don't want to talk about being an alcoholic. Fine. She just want to talk about sobriety use. Fine. And that's her business, like she was telling Wendy, yes, we public figures, but everything don't belong to the public. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody, and that's what Wendy need to learn. So I kind of be watching Karen to figure out how to move sometimes. Like I like how she moves. Like I know it gets on people's nerves and it gets her kind of a bad rap, but when you're a black woman in corporate America, that those kind of windows when people are prying and digging and digging and digging. And sometimes I feel like as women, we just kind of give the information. Seeing Karen keep her wall up in the face of like all this adversity and people telling her, we need to know your business because we're paying for your time by watching you on this show. And her saying, F you pay me. That comes in handy, especially when you're getting like that a lot in corporate America or others. So as women how that can be. So I enjoy seeing her set her boundaries because I always learn a lesson from Karen. I always learn how to move a little bit more with Cameron because with Karen because sometimes I can be a little bit of an open book, and I love how she sets her boundaries, sets them firm, and doesn't even let her own boss, Andy, make her cross that path that she does not feel comfortable crossing. So respect to the ground down. I'm happy she's back. I just love Karen. Y'all can't make me hate Karen. I know what she did was wrong. We know it was wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Shame, shame, shame. But I still love the grind. I love the grind. I just love her. And again, praying for her, praying for family. Thankfully, she didn't hurt anybody but her own self. And it sounds like, from what I've heard, she's learned her lesson as well. So, moving right along, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Love Island. You guys, this is on a brighter note. We talk about reality TV, we talk about AI. We might as well talk about my favorite reality TV show of all time, which is Love Island. If you know me, you know I love love. And I'm a certified lover girl. So I love Love Island because it's like, as a lover girl, it's like an immediate endorphin, like dopamine hit. I love it. So I'm sorry if you guys haven't seen. I should have said spoiler alert. Sorry. But our winners are. But I mean, come on. It's been like a week. You guys should have already knew this already. So the winners are Sammy and Karen. They really are in love, y'all. I can't even be a hater. I can't be a hater. I was a little bit of a hater because I wanted I don't know. I wanted everybody black to win. No, first, of course, I wanted Leah and Sky, and then, of course, because I knew Whitney and Liam and the Barbies, they weren't gonna win. And if not, I feel like for me, it was either Millie. I wanted Millie to win. I wanted Millie to win, Leanne to win, and that was pretty much my top. But I was voting for the girls mostly. I didn't care who their partners were. Kind of like we did with Amaya Papaya. You know how Americans are. We would vote for the girl and not give a damn about the boy. That's what we do in America. So we voted basically for Sammy, and I'm happy. But I didn't really like her back and forth with Lucinda. I felt like she was agitating Lucinda, even though Lucinda did hit with her with the pie, and Sammy was not letting it go. She was not letting it go, which once you watch the playback, you understand why. But I'm happy they really were in love, like or whatever. And when you watch them, they're cute or whatever. So I guess I don't have no major feelings about these two. I was trying to make them a little bigger. Give me a second. No, I made myself bigger. It's okay. Anyway, there we go. So the winners, the winners, the winners. They are our winners. Congratulations to Sammy and Karen. I'm very happy for you guys. So shout out to y'all too. I can't wait to next season. I've been watching. If you guys haven't watched Ty from season 10, Love Island UK, he's my favorite Love Islander. Him and Ella were. They still are, but I mean, I guess now my favorite is Olandria, but before there was Ty and Ella, before there was Nick and Olandria, there was Ty and Ella, and those are my favorite. And so Ella, Ella done broke up with her boy Lloyd. So there's a possibility that her and Ty could get back together. And I know y'all don't want that for Ella, but I do. I think they are soulmates. If you guys watch their Love Island journey, I love them together. And if, you know, people can spin a block like Nelly and Ashanti, then why can't Ty and Ella? Why they can't spin a block? So I'm okay with them spinning the block. I hope they do. But in the meantime, congratulations to Sammy and Karen. I wish you all the best. So let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. Let's talk about Love is Blind. Love is blind. And you don't take away your mind. So I just thought it was hilarious. Do you guys know who this is? The little man on campus? Hmm. The Mr. Miyagi. He was getting on everybody's nerves, y'all. Look at this. Look at all the pictures they made of him. They got him and this is the girl he told her. And look at this. This is him with the boys. And the first one was him with the girl. They said that she was too much woman for him anyway. And this is him trying to get with Bree, who was going for it. I think I talked about this last week, but I was so disappointed in her. I told you I would take you to fourth season. And I think she did go to fourth season because when she was ended up breaking up with Connor, poor Connor. Everybody talk about Connor. He talk about Connor weak and ain't hustle. The man got a good job. He's a blue collar, he got her own house. He's fine. I feel like any woman would want Connor. He's a good man, Savannah. But she want this little midget, obviously, who wants to take her to a fourth season. And I feel like she went there. She went to the four seasons with Chris because the way she broke up with Connor was so confusing, was abrupt. And I feel like she had to get ahead of the story before I just feel like she had to get ahead of the story before the truth came out on her. Like, I think that's why she ended up breaking it off so quick because she went for it. She went there. She went in with Chris, unfortunately, and broke Connor's heart. Then Connor just took it like a G, took it like a champ, and I wish him all the best, and I hope he finds a good down home country girl that really loves him for him. Now, this one is similar to Brie to me, like just diabolical. Like, look at this. He is in love with a girl in Chicago who moved to Florida, who moved to Houston. I don't know the whole story, but excuse me, he in love with somebody else. He do not want Jazz. I think that's his girl name. I can't remember. He don't want her. And he keeps making up all these excuses of like why he not with the girl, but the man is homeless and he following his girl from state to state. She was in Florida, now he want to be in Florida. She was in Texas, he was in Texas. Wherever this girl at that he talking about, she has somebody that she's happy with. I'm happy for her. Not I don't want to be with her no more. She got somebody. She don't want my butt, so it's over. And it makes me wonder if she didn't have somebody, what happened? So you gonna drag the girl down to Florida, and then you gonna end up back with this girl who got somebody? If she break up with her somebody, it's just not giving. And I think I told y'all about his dad last week when he was grilling him, which I loved. But the girl who he's with is not grilling him. She's so vain, and I think she's starting to get it a little bit. But it's so cringe to watch because he's totally not into her. He's more into the other Bree, right? The Bree who's into No Neck, Devonta. Fanta. His name is not Devontae, y'all. I looked it up. It's Devonta. Did y'all know that? A hot mess. So I just can't stand him. Get him off my screen. So I know they're not getting married. But you know who else not getting married? Spoiler. Spoiler, don't say I ain't tell you. These two right here. Wasted our motherfucking time. So this is where I'm at. I didn't watch the whole thing. Like I watched this episode and I threw the remote and I took a nap because I was Aggie. So these two right here wasted our fucking time, babes. They didn't get married. And you know why? You know why they didn't get married? They didn't get married because she don't want to have kids. And I'm not doing that because she don't want to have kids. I'm doing that because she didn't want to have kids in the motherfucking prom. She didn't want to have kids with the dinner with your mama. She didn't want to have kids at the dinner with her mama and daddy. And then you wasted our time. You had 38 days to break up with this girl. You had 38 days to break up with this girl, and you wasted an altar. Wasted our time. You wasted our time. And I know the rest of them gonna waste our time, especially that fake couple. They probably be the only one that get married. That's why they gathered that fake couple. Where's that couple at? I was trying to put their picture up, but TikTok, oh, but TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but they were hating on me. This couple, I don't know, let's see them posted now. Yeah, they still hating on me. But you know the couple. You know the couple. Let me see. These people right here wasted our time. They're gonna be the next to waste our time. Wasting our time. And you know it. Wasted our time. A mess. Now these two right here, they need to get them off our screen. We already know what this is. This is because all the couples said no. And if a couple say yes, it's because they just met. They just met up again and said, you know what, y'all? Let's get these people to say yes and pay them a contract or something. But it ain't gonna be a real couple because by the reunion they're gonna be broken up. If we get two married couples, just know the other second married couple outside of this fake married couple is a fake married couple too. It's for the ratings. I don't think I didn't watch last season Love and Blind because of the black people, and it was so much drama. And that when I saw that they used the clip of that boy licking the floor, what is that? What was that? What the hell was that? What was that? That pissed me off. I say, okay, I can't watch the show because I don't know what that is. Why would you even cast him? What was that? That was so disrespectful to black women. What was that? So yeah, I didn't watch that. So then this season, I said, okay, let me watch this season and see what's popping. It's fresh. Then none of the black people made it through. I said, okay, maybe that's for the best because I don't gotta be tortured by these terrible couples that come out as the black couples. We had one good couple that was Brett and Tiffany, I believe her name was. I don't remember the name, but I think it was Brett. Talked about that last week. So this, I said, okay, let's give them a chance. And it didn't work out. And now I'm like, okay, let me get a season a chance since they knew black people. And that didn't work out. So I think I'm done. I think I'm done with Love is Blind. I'll choose Love Island every day before I ever sit there and watch these fake couples and these evil little witches on my screen and warlocks on my screen. I'm done. So anyway, neither here nor there. I am wrapping up here. Remember, these are your mic drops. We come live stream with me, your girl Nico, once a week. Usually on Tuesdays, but lately we've been doing Thursdays. Didn't come last week, so I apologize there. If you guys are interested, last week I wore a cool little t-shirt and everybody asked about it. So this is the link for the graphic hoodie. I sell them in my Etsy shop, but I also have a Printify shop, so you can buy them right there from my shop. I think they're $44. So, and then if you want to shoot me a cup of coffee, please feel free to do. This is another cup I have called Choose to Shine, and support the stream to help me, get better mics and things like that. These cute little earbuds, even though they're my daughter's. I want these ones, you know, for me really. But I'll let her play with them. And then Snapchat, don't forget to follow me there. I am snapping a lot more. Come on, Snapchat. There you go. I am snapping a lot more. I mean, so much. So, like, if you guys want to just know me behind the scenes and get to know me and chat and see what I'm watching, I often snap when I'm watching my TV shows and you hear me ranting and raving about what I'm doing. Sometimes you'll see me catch me making breakfast and things like that and get to really know the true Nico behind the mic. Then don't forget to follow me there on my Snapchat. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's your girl, Nico Nicole, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to maintain your MVPs, your morals, your values, and your principles, because that's all we have in this life is to show up as MVPs. Again, don't forget to follow me on all platforms. And if you aren't following me already here on YouTube, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button ahead. Watch my other videos as well. I have them from last week and so on. I kind of cleaned up my videos a lot, so I just have my most recent lines up here. I'll probably add little ones back here and there, but I want to kind of have them look like this all streamlined. So if you guys want to see some of my old content, you want me to put them back up, I will put it back up. But for right now, I just kind of cleaned out the page, so if you're confused where all my content went, that's where it went. It's archived so that I can just focus on keeping a same seamless look, because YouTube seems to like it when you keep your page nice and neat and clean. So that's what I'm doing. So again, it's your girl Nico Nicole, and this is Give This Girl a Mic. As always, I appreciate you joining and stopping by. If you stopped by the whole time, put a purple heart in the chat. And thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.